Konnichiwa, YouTube.
What's up, my fellow gamers?
Welcome to another episode of the Chat Room Podcast. We just changed up the room, so don't have the picture back there. But so yes, I am Joku.
I'm CJ.
And today's episode, our first podcast we did, this is actually episode 11. We were talking about our top 5 games, and since basically a lot of episodes we've just been talking about games.
Yeah.
I think we had one was for the time travel thing, but it's like
Actually, we'll do one that was kind of mixed in. With games
turn into movies,
yeah.
or movies turn into games.
Yeah,
exactly.
we did do that.
Yeah, so today we're going to be talking about our top 5 movies. There's so many movies out there. I am a movie person.
Oh, so am I.
I know.
That's the reason why, when it comes to games, ironically enough, I like the single player stories.
Now, the first episode that we did when we went our top 5 games, I basically went through all 5 of my time, and then I give you and then let you go.
Yeah.
So today we're going to do something a little different, even though this is not rehearsed. So if he says his top 1 movie was the same as mine, it's because
it is what it is.
We've been best friends since '95.
Yes.
So
Long ass time,
it
bro.
is nearly 30 years of best friends, and so it's not like, oh, you're just copying him. Nope, it's basically, I don't even know what his movies are. I could probably think of one of them.
I don't know what his has got either.
So it's one of those things, like I told him, like, hey, this is what we're going to be talking about. Just name these. Don't even tell me. That's how we do this stuff.
And
just like, don't even tell
basically,
me.
the only thing you did tell me is, like, if we're going to classify a trilogy, we're going to use it as a whole. Trilogy is the entire movie.
Exactly.
But if it's like, let's say something like Star Wars, it's 3 trilogies.
Yeah, so if it's going to be Star Wars, it's either episode 1 to 3.
You have to pick which trilogy you're talking about.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
So
anyways, I want to go first.
All right.
My first movie is a trilogy, Back to the Future.
Somehow I knew that was going to be one of... I didn't know where it was going to be, but I somehow knew Back to the Future was going to be it.
Back to the Future was going to be my all-time favorite movie. I love sci-fi movies, and the thing is, don't get me wrong, there's other time travel movies out there, like The Time Machine.
Yeah.
But it just wasn't, Back to the Future.
Exactly.
They went on an adventure.
They did.
This guy in the Time Machine movie, he just basically went from his time all into the future and stayed that way because his shit got fucked up.
Yep.
And Back to the Future, they went on to a journey. It was just such a great...
And what was actually going on? I mean, you can just go back and forth.
Exactly.
And then if you do go back to the same time, you have an alternate self of you somewhere.
Exactly. So, yeah, Back to the Future, just between, Christopher Lloyd and Michael J. Fox, they made a really good team.
Yeah.
The story, the soundtrack, just everything worked well. Probably not to the T of true time travel, but still.
Hold on, what is true time travel? There's no real evidence of it happening.
Exactly.
So
it is.
Time travel can be whatever you make up it to be.
Exactly. It's a theory because the reason why I brought up this story here, I had to do a book report or a science history or science project, and it was like 10th grade or something like that. And I couldn't.
This was in actual school.
Yeah, in school. That's the reason why I'm bringing this story up.
Oh.
And I'm like, man, it's like, what am I going to do for a science project? Everybody does weird, stupid shit, and I'm like, at first I was going to do Oasis in the desert, and I'm like, water in the desert, kind of stupid. So I started watching Back to the Future. I'm like, that'd be a great fucking, time travel would be a great thing, right? So I'm doing all this different stuff. Time travel, can it work? Can it not work? And all this stuff. And so I presented to my teacher, and he gives me a D for it. He's like, well, there's no...
What?
Yeah, he's like, there's no facts, I'm like, it's a theory. Time travel's a theory. Plus it's science. It's something. And
God.
And then I told him, like, can I at least get a fucking B? He's like, why? I'm like, well, my original story is going to be Oasis. And he's like, well, no, there's still no theories or no facts. I'm like, there's no facts about stuff like that. But
A theory is a theory.
but
That's why
the
it's
reason
called.
the reason why I got back to that thing is because I watched Back to the Future, and to this day I still love Back to the Future. I just love that movie. That's why it's in my number one spot for a movie, is because it's
that's a good one.
sci-fi, it's adventure. It's not really much action, but it's more of an adventure.
It has some action in it, but you know what? It has a little bit of everything.
It's got some comedy. It does.
It's got some action. It's got some drama. It's got some suspense. You name it, it's got it.
Exactly. So, to me, Back to the Future will always be my number one top movie. All three of them. I know people say I don't like the third one, but I like the third one.
Dude, so do I. I'm with you on that one.
So, all right, I'm gonna give it to you. So, what's your number one movie?
Number one, Star Wars.
All right, what's
The original trilogy.
so 4 to 6?
4, 5, and 6.
The New Hope, the Return of the Empire Strikes Back, and the Return of the Jedi.
That's right.
So, what makes that your number one?
Well, I was a fan of Star Wars before, since I could remember, to be honest with you. I mean, since I was like a little guy.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, it was everything about Star Wars. I loved.
Yeah, I remember when I first met you, I thought, like, when I first came, when I first met you, and I always thought that Star Wars and Star Trek was the same fucking thing.
And I had to school you on that.
And you're like, no, they're two different things. I'm like, it doesn't matter. They're both got Star, and then I don't care if it says Trek or Wars. I'm like, it's the same shit. And he's like, no. So he went ahead, and I came over there, and he put the VHS of Return of the Jedi in there. I'm like, that shit's badass. That shit's awesome. The lightsabers, and it's just like, dude. And I'm like, what else you got?
I think your first lightsaber you saw was Luke Skywalker's green one.
Exactly. And I'm like, what else you
Yeah.
got? And you're like, well, we got this one and this one. I'm like, pop them in. And then as we started watching episode 4, and well, at the time they were called chapter 4.
Yeah.
Because at the time on VHS, you didn't have episodes. It was just chapter 4.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think. When I watched Star Wars for the first time, it wasn't the new additions that everyone see today.
Yep.
You got to see what the actual raw footage.
Yeah, you had the 1977 your uncle's VHS.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because that scene where they're riding on the speeder to Mos Eisley in New Hope, you don't get all that extra scene of the rider riding the bike speeder.
Well, not till not till last weekend. You didn't know the Outrider was
exactly. And that was definitely not in the original cut. So, and on top of that, do you remember the werewolf in the cantina? And they changed it in the newer version to make him look like an alien. He was inside the cantina. He sounded like he had that growling like sound.
It must have been a long time because all I remember now is the special edition.
Yeah, you see what I mean?
So it's like, the whole thing did Han shoot first, and
Yeah.
shoot, so
And actually, even that was edited.
yeah,
because
a bunch of times.
Yeah.
There's so many different edits of that scene. You can
Yes.
tell, like, there's this one's like, holy shit.
It's been a hot topic discussion with Star Wars fans
Who shot first?
everywhere.
What do you guys think? Who did shoot first, Han or Greedo? Matter of fact, I wouldn't take a bet if Han did shoot first, because he's just that person.
Actually, it was originally Han first, and this was confirmed by George Lucas himself. And then he wanted to turn it around to make it seem like he didn't, to make it look like Greedo did.
To make it more like he's
because he didn't want Han Solo to be
aggressive.
Yeah.
All right.
But that's up for discussion for another time.
Exactly.
But yeah, the original trilogy, Star Wars, my number one.
I kind of figured that you wore that shirt today. It's like, what's your number one?
I wonder
Star
what it
Wars.
is. Let me guess. Star Wars?
Star Wars. Man, Star Wars just blew up, man.
And like I said, Star Wars is not like it was back in the day, like it is now.
No.
Back
in the day, you couldn't find a typical.
If I wore this shirt in school, during the time that we went to school, we would have been picked on. Seriously.
Yeah. And by the way, before we go farther into the video, I'd like to mention you guys to stop by my shirt. I'll put a link in the description with a picture in the video of my other shirt I have where it says ramen is good, ramen is wise. It's an old saying from a movie. It's not on my 5 top list, but it's a good movie.
Good movie nonetheless, though.
It is. I just changed up the words and yeah, so I'll put a link in the description and also the picture so you guys can see what it is. And not to mention, we also have other YouTubes. I'll put a picture up on there of my Italian Samurai and Super CJ's World. Go check him out, and also check my page out. And congratulations on your Sonic video.
I was just gonna say thank you for the viewers who've given me quite the views on my Sonic the Hedgehog video.
Sonic 2 basically blew up. It was basically just something for whatever, and it just boom. So congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And my second top movie would be The Matrix.
Oh.
Yes. I am a huge Keanu Reeves fan.
Okay.
Not a fan of the fourth movie. I think they really dropped the ball on that one. I was really hoping.
I was kind of iffy on that one, to be honest.
Did you see the movie?
I did see it.
Okay, you finally did see the movie. I think
I saw it last year.
Stupid, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
it was just me personally. I just recently watched the main three, and my wife's like, "Are you gonna watch this?" I'm like, "No." I couldn't stomach that movie again. I had to go through twice because the first time I saw that is by myself around Christmas time back in 2022. She was on vacation. She went to her mom's house for Christmas and stuff like that. So I'm like, well, she's not here. I'll watch it. And then she came back. She goes, well, how's the movie? I'm like, 5 out of 5.
We don't talk about it.
4 out, I'm like, it's like 5 out of 10, 4 out of 10. I don't know. She's like, you want to watch it again? I'm like, sure. And so I'm sitting here watching it the second time. I'm like,
you're just like, ugh. Can the time go by?
I'm like
fast?
looking at her like I'm over here like falling asleep on the sofa, and she's like not even enjoying it. But yeah, so The Matrix, I liked it. I never saw the first one in theaters. That was my first. Actually, it was my first DVD I ever bought.
Actually, it was. I'm not sure if I bought it, but one of the first DVDs we had in my mom's house was the first Matrix.
Yeah, that was my first. When I first.
And honestly, I remember watching it for the first time on DVD. I didn't know what to expect about it, to be honest.
I know. I remember watching it. I remember on DVD because that was my first. No, you guys never. You guys didn't get it after I got it.
I don't know who got it first.
Because the reason why I'm saying it is because my first job I had, I remember my second paycheck. I wanted to go buy me a DVD player. This is when they were like big and shit. Like the DVD players like this big and shit.
That's right. They were fucking huge.
They were like, I got a cheap one for like $80, and I'm like going down to Walmart and like, ooh, The Matrix, and I popped it in that Friday night. I was like, oh, this is awesome. Well, then, yeah, because that's when DVDs were like big when it first came out of the.
But yeah, I remember because it was. Like I said, it wasn't my DVD. I think it was my uncle's, or I think it was my stepdad's. I don't remember which. But I remember I took the DVD and I went in my room and I played it. And from then on, I was like, this movie is awesome.
Yeah, for real.
And then that movie, especially at that time, got you thinking, is like, could that be real?
For real. Because I always liked Keanu Reeves since like the movie Speed. I
was actually a Keanu Reeves fan since his
actually before that. I mean,
it was before that.
But I'm saying, his career blew up like some Speed.
Yes, Speed was one of the top.
But Point Break was one of them too when he was an FBI agent.
Yeah, that was also very good. But I'm talking about this one. It was like getting back on the subject, time travel.
Was his name like Johnny?
No,
it was a different one.
Yeah, I think that was a different one. But he had a friend, and they both went time traveling.
Bill and Ted.
Bill and Ted's
Adventures.
It.
Yeah,
I was a Keanu Reeves fan since then.
Yeah. But the reason why I put it on my second list for The Matrix is because it's such a badass sci-fi movie.
It really is.
And then I saw the second and third one in theaters with our friend John. That's when I saw those two and I'm like this and then like I said in my other channel or my other episode of podcast with the Matrix Online, I played the shit out of that. I played Neo's Path and Enter the Matrix. I played all those games. And it's like the Matrix are always going to be that cool, like jack into the Matrix. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do.
That was always awesome. Because he was like, I always thought, even just going into the Matrix is almost like playing a video game right in your head. But it can be real and
if
you
die. You die in the Matrix, you die in real life.
In that game, you better get good.
Exactly. So the Matrix 1, 2, and 3 was always good. Even the Animatrix.
Oh, I loved the Animatrix.
They were good too. They were really good. And like I said, just that fourth one, I do have on my channel the review on it, and you can just tell me, what I'm talking about. I'm like, oh god, this movie's like this person comes back, the Frenchman comes back. I don't know why. I'm just like, oh god, this movie's just like it was all over the place.
The Frenchman, he did not look right either.
He was like a homeless person.
Yes, it's like that's not his.
And then,
that was his look.
and then like Neil Patrick Harris was in there too, and then he was like the new person to make the Matrix, and he like kept their bodies like, well, I just kept you guys, fresh. So if something ever happens, I release you. So like, Neo had to relearn how to fly. Trinity learned how to fly like that.
That part was weird. It's like, wait a minute, she's not the one. How is she fly?
Exactly. They're both not even the one. I don't even know, but yeah, the Matrix. I love it. With Smith and Neo fighting, and then Morpheus and Trinity.
One of my favorite scenes is from Reloaded. Is when Neo was fighting the ton of Smiths.
Oh, in the
alleyway?
Not the alleyway, but the little park.
Yeah.
And you got the big old pole and it's like...
Oh, that scene. I'm telling you, I watched this scene over 100 times.
You know what my favorite scene in The Matrix still is?
What?
When Neo's learning how to fight for the first time with Morpheus.
That's a classic scene.
It's still where he's like, is that air you're breathing? And he's like... And he's just like...
What?
And he's like...
You're
Don't
right.
think you are. No, you are.
To me... That scene right there is my second favorite scene of all.
Stop
Matrix.
trying to hit me and hit me. Yeah, so The Matrix is always going to be my number 2 because, like I said, it's also sci-fi, and again, it was the world of just fighting computers, and I'm a big computer person, so it's like it was just I don't know, it's a great adventure.
I know you're a good big computer because you're the guy I always go to for my computer problems.
So, CJ, what's your second movie?
We're going to have to go back to your number 1.
Back to the Future. So we're going Back to the Future again.
It's like, as soon as you said that, I'm like, oh my God.
See, that's why I was sitting there thinking, like, if we did this thing, people are like, oh, you guys just copied. Because if I said my top movie would be Back to the Future, you're like, mine too. It's like, no. So your second is Back to the Future.
Exactly, yes. I mean, seriously, I can quote that movie. From the very beginning of the first one, on to the second one, on to the third one. I can quote that movie.
Oh, yeah.
Almost every single line down to the perfect, exactly how they say it.
Exactly. Back to the Future, man.
It is
a great movie.
It got to the point, I used to watch the movie so much at one point. My wife was I was driving her crazy. Every day I was watching it at that one point.
It was a great movie. It really is a great movie.
I couldn't help it. And like you said, I love part 3 too. I love them all. I don't discriminate from part 1 to 2 or 3.
They're all the same.
I love them.
Yeah.
Period.
Because a lot of people will like watch the first and second one and not watch the third one because it's like it's the Wild West, but it's like it's still part of their journey.
Exactly. And honestly, I think it was an awesome idea to have them go. I mean, seriously, if you're gonna have a movie about time travel, why not go back to the Wild West as a period? I mean, you have access to go anywhere, anytime.
Oh, don't say that because remember in the third one they couldn't go anywhere because there's no gas.
Well, that's true. But if that did not happen, they would have easier time.
Even if Marty didn't break whatever he did and finally ran out of gas, then he's still fucked.
Yeah.
So hopefully, I got half a tank of gas. I need to go back to the future and fill up.
At least they did find a way to get back.
Exactly.
Using a fucking train and bit of Doc smarts with making those really fast heating up special logs they had.
Yeah, crazy. How the hell he made that shit within a couple of days? Because remember, he already had the weekend.
Maybe he already had them made for something else the time that he was there. Because remember, he was there for like almost an entire year.
Yeah, but still, maybe he wasn't thinking about getting shot in the back.
But he probably had another idea for them. I mean, this is Doc, and he's always making...
No, he's always making shit up, and it's like, well, I'll keep this for a rainy day.
I could use this for something at some point.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he could have already had those things made.
Exactly.
Who knows what he had an idea for, but he had it made probably, and that's kind of what I believe.
Yeah.
I don't think he made those in just 7 days.
Yeah. Moving on to my third movie is The Last Samurai.
See, that's actually a movie that I've never seen.
Oh my god.
I've seen bits and pieces of clips here and there on YouTube and stuff like that.
20-year-old movie. Came out 2003. I saw that shit.
The Last Samurai. That's the one with
Tom Cruise.
Yes.
Yes.
I did see. I gotta tell you this real quick though. I saw it was a clip. It was on Watch Mojo. They were accidents that happened on movies, and the scene was kept in. You remember that? When the character what's his name again?
Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise's character comes riding in on a horse, and as he's getting off, and there's a bunch of soldiers that's next to him, and the horse kicks one of them right in the groin. Check it out.
I'll have to watch that.
Because that was actually one of the clips that I did see of this movie. So when you said that, I've never seen.
Matter of fact, I might have to watch that shit tomorrow because it's a good fucking movie.
Yes.
Last weekend I was down here watching TV and my wife's in the other room. I'm like, that's The Last Samurai. It's like I can hear because the reason why I picked the movie The Last Samurai obviously because I love.
Well, that's very clear.
Because obviously my YouTube channel is Italian Samurai because I am Italian and I love Japan. I've been to Japan. Almost 19 years ago, back in 2005, I went to Japan for a whole month with my friend John, and people are like, "Were you in the military?" Nope. Were you? No, just vacation.
Just vacationing.
I was 20 years at the time, and we went there, and
you were really young.
Ever since I went to 9th grade and just met my friend John and stuff like that, I really started falling in love with the Oriental culture. Japan. A little bit of China, even South Korea and all that stuff. I just love their architect and stuff like that. So I just fall in love with a lot of Japanese culture. And I love sushi. Matter of fact, I played the game, Ghost of Tsushima. I love that game.
I played that, but I need to get more into it.
I need to finish Rise of Ronin.
Yes, you do.
I do need to finish that game. I don't record that stuff because I get so drawn into the thing. I forget to set up all that stuff. And then... Not to get off the movie thing, but they just released a trailer for Assassin's Creed Shadows, which is a Japanese.
I actually did see that.
That's like
now my friend JC. He has been looking forward to that style of Assassin's Creed since day one. Exactly. This is what he's been wanting the whole time out of all Assassin's Creed.
So my bedroom is basically all Oriental. I also on my channel too. I put together a Lego piece of the Great Wave, which is a iconic picture in Japan.
Oh, that's right. That's on your channel.
Which is the tidal wave, and then the Mount Fuji, which I've been to Mount Fuji. And like I said, The Last Samurai was just the music, the characters were such, a great, the characters were all good. The scenery, just the story was good. We've been watching Shogun on Hulu. So it's like, so The Last Samurai... Great acting, it's just one of my great movies. I can watch that.
I somehow knew some kind of samurai movie was going to be in your list.
It had to.
I just didn't know which one.
Oh, trust me, it's going to be The Last Samurai.
I knew there had to be a samurai movie in your list somewhere.
Yeah. Like I said, I'll probably watch that shit tomorrow. I'll probably have to because it's bringing it up. I'm like, man, I'm going to watch that shit again because But yeah, The Last Samurai is my third movie because it's just. The music, the not say special effects. They didn't really have a whole lot of special effects, but just the
feel of it.
The feel of it, but also too just like the area they're in is like, man, you can actually feel like they're in like 1800s Japan,
1800th century Japan. Yeah.
Exactly, the samurai and basically, how Japan was going from the samurai and moving on to a more military base, government type thing, trying to kill all the samurai. That's a great. If you guys haven't seen it, please go watch The Last Samurai.
I may need to give it a shot.
It's a great movie. It's almost 3 hours too, but it's a great movie.
You know what? If it's a good movie,
it's a great movie.
I'm willing to sit down for 3 hours to watch.
It's a great movie. Trust me. The music, the scenery, it's just everything. And the thing is, they do talk Japanese in there, which is cool because it's like they'll have the subtitles in there. It's actually Japanese people, Japanese. It's not like it's just fake Japanese, or it's dubbed. It's not dubbed. So
when a movie can really get authentic with the movie, the more authentic, the better.
Yeah. So what's your number 3?
So this probably should go without. You probably kind of guessed this. The Ghostbusters.
You're just, you know what? Because you're trying to get into your Ghostbuster game of yours.
And
switch.
If I had to, like I said, I'm not, because it's not really a trilogy. So
It's okay.
I'm going with basically part 2.
Whoa! Well, didn't see that happen. I thought you were going to part 1.
I kind of figured you was going to think that.
I thought you were going to say part 1.
Trust me, I'm like, it was this close, seriously.
Part 2 over part 1?
Yeah.
Hey. More power to you, bro. I mean, I thought everybody's going to say the original is Ghostbusters.
Well, to me, yes, there's a lot of quotable lines in part 1, but I found myself quoting part 2 more than anything. Every time I quote Ghostbusters, it's always more Ghostbusters 2.
I feel like the same thing, too. I'll be sitting here watching TV or something, and my wife be in the kitchen, and I'll be like, a child.
Exactly. See what I mean?
Yes, a child.
That character made it for me. His lines were fucking hilarious. And then he goes, is the Vigo, he goes, is now a season of evil. And then he goes, Evie? Like that?
Yeah. And I think another funny part in the Ghostbusters, too, is when they're all trying to do the construction and the cop pulls them over.
Yes.
And they're like, what's going on? And they're like, whoa. And then
Egon's like,
Boss! And then Egon's like, yo.
Yes.
And then when, not Ray, but
Venkman
comes out, he goes, who told you to stop working?
He goes, this guy, you don't tell him to stop cutting. The phone line's over there. What did I say to you? The phone line's...
Exactly. Yeah. So I can see that. Yeah, that was a good movie. So the second one. So when you start quoting something like that, the Ghostbusters, the second one.
It's usually the second one that I always quote the most. Now, if I quote anything from part 1, is when they were all in the mayor's office after this crap happened with the environment guy, Walter Peck. And then Ray goes, everything was running smoothly until our unit was shut down by Dickless here. And the mayor goes, is this true? And Venkman, he goes, yes, it's true. This man has no dick.
What the part where he goes, oh, we caught him. He's like, oh, we could just put him right back in the room.
That's another good one.
Yeah, so Ghostbusters is, like I said, another old 80s movie.
Yes. And like I said, I was a fan ever since then.
Yeah, like I said in our other podcast, we said how you dressed up as a Ghostbuster.
I did.
Taking your
when I was a
backpack
kid.
And full of pillows or whatever, and you're super soaker, and you and your brothers run around the house pretending, hey.
I did.
Hey, that'd be pretty cool.
And it was like, when we did it was early in the morning, so the house was still kind of dark a little bit, so it set the mood to pretend to hunt ghosts.
Yeah, so Ghostbusters. And hopefully you get your game up.
Oh, I'm going to. Don't worry about that. That's coming soon.
Yeah, exactly. So Ghostbusters.
Yep, Ghostbusters 2.
Like I said, I saw the Frozen Empire. Another 4.5 out of 10.
Yeah, see, I haven't seen Frozen Empire. I'm going to watch it very soon. Yeah. As soon as I get a chance to, I'm going to watch it.
And then on my 4th movie is The Martian.
The Martian?
Yes. Matt Damon.
Oh, yeah.
He basically, him and his crew were going to Mars for some samples. And then a huge sandstorm comes up there, knocks him away, and they thought he's dead, and they all left. Apparently, he was still alive, and he had to survive on Mars for almost 4 years.
Yeah, I don't think...
And the thing is...
that's another one. I've never seen it. I've always wanted to.
That's a great fucking movie, dude.
It's just...
Before that, because I love also, but not just, samurai stuff in Japan, but I also like, science.
That's interstellar shit.
And space. Exactly. So... I remember the first time I saw, in 7th grade, maybe it was 6th grade or some shit like that, I can't remember. I was in technology class, and we watched Apollo 13 with Tom Hanks.
Yeah,
and I love that movie. I love that movie. But after watching The Martian, if I had to put those two, it would be The Martian and then, of course.
Okay.
But The Martian is a good movie because he had to survive on Mars.
That's crazy.
For 4 years. And it's like he basically is a botanist. Is basically, what he basically grew plants. And he survived. He basically took the dirt, put it in his little thing, He ordered it, made food.
You said that was Matt Damon?
Matt Damon.
Yeah.
Good fucking movie.
I've seen the
that's
trailer.
That's another movie that me and my wife can watch. We have it on 4K, the extended version, and we can sit here and watch it and quote word by word. That's how much we can fucking
see. That's what I see. That's exactly what I do in Back to the Future. I can quote that movie just like that.
So I was I was going to sit there when I thought about my top movies. I'm like, is it The Martian or Apollo 13? Because I love Tom Hanks too. Tom Hanks is one of another.
Oh yeah.
Tom Hanks is another character or actor that I just.
Yes.
He can basically anything. So it's like, so I had to go with The Martian. The Martian would be my top, 4 for sci-fi and space stuff. So
Okay.
yeah. So you guys watch The Martian. It's not really an old movie, but I mean,
What year did it come out?
I want to say 2016, 2015. I can't remember, but it came around there. Me and my wife, we went to go see that in theaters, actually. And we just sat there on the edge of our seat going, wow, shit. Dude. And we just sat there and like watched it. I'm like, I can't wait till this comes out in fucking video.
Damn.
Or Blu-ray or something at the time. I'm like, I'm fucking watching this shit. So yeah, The Martian.
All right. So I guess it's my fourth one.
I'm going to take a guess on this one. You're going to say something about Batman.
You're wrong.
Oh, shit.
You're
I was going to take a guess. I'm like, maybe he's going to sit there and put Ghostbusters and then like another 80s movie is going to be like The Batman.
Well, this movie's not in the 80s. It is in the 90s.
Oh, wait. Then I'll take that one off too. So I'm going to take a guess, but like I said, I just thought it would be Batman.
All right, I will tell you this. The two main actors, Sylvester Stallone and I can't remember the other guy's name.
Wesley Snipes?
Wesley Snipes, yes.
You talking about Demolition Man?
Demolition Man.
Holy shit.
I knew that was going to throw you for a loop.
Hey, it was a good movie.
That
was a really good fucking movie.
That movie was high fucking pack
But
action in that.
You guys didn't know. I didn't know. This motherfucker here has a different version. Please explain.
Remember when they wanted to go to Taco Bell? And the main one they put in theaters? There's a version of it where they went to Pizza Hut instead of Taco Bell.
It's true. He brought it over, and not that he had it on a flash drive. He's like, I got a different version. I'm like, what? He goes, just watch. Watching it, I'm like, that says Pizza Hut on it.
Exactly.
That's crazy how you found that shit.
Yeah. And I always knew there was that version somewhere because I had heard about it. And then when I finally snagged myself a copy, I was like, yes, I got this copy. And even, not just that, remember the scene after he fights all the people that came up to steal all the stuff?
Yeah.
And remember the guy, he goes, let me go. And the bottles he picked up
Found his check. Yeah.
also said
Pizza Hut
on it instead of Taco Bell on
Probably
it.
like a bunch of pizzas, like seasons and shit.
Yeah. And from what I understand, I think they had a couple more other restaurants that they were going to do. I don't remember the other. I think the other one was Burger King and McDonald's.
When they were in the restaurant in the original movie.
Yeah.
The Taco Bell, when the guys, you could remember all the songs or commercials.
Yes.
Remember in the movie he was singing Green Giant.
Yes.
Is that still the same?
Yeah, the
same
song was the same.
Okay.
The Jolly Green Giant was the same.
It's still the same song? Okay. But yeah, that was a good movie. I saw that when I was a kid. My grandfather had that on Betamax. And,
oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Holy shit.
And so I was at his house one time, and I was going through all his movies, and I saw Sylvester Stallone. And at the time, I didn't really know too much about Wesley Snipes. I just knew Sylvester because I watched Rocky and Rambo and all that stuff. So I'm like, what the hell is this? So I popped it in there and started watching. I'm like, this is some badass shit, man.
I'm telling you, that movie...
Homeboy, I mean, it was like 1995, and then he got frozen to like...
2036.
36, and then like the part where he's like, can I get a cigarette? I'm like, what's a cigarette? And they're like...
No, he goes, you, give me a Marlboro. He's like, what's a Marlboro? Just cigarette, any cigarette. He goes, cigarettes are bad, which equals it's illegal. That also includes salt, red meat, I think physical sports.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I mean they did high fives like this. Yeah.
Exactly.
What kind of shit is that?
And the three seashells.
We never find out what the fuck those things do either. God damn it. I want to know.
Nope. But my favorite part of that movie is when he goes in there after the fact. He couldn't, the three seashells, and then he goes to the little machine where he cusses. He's like, "Oh, thank you, you fucking piece of shit." And he goes, "It's no fun for the toilet paper."
I think we all can agree we would have all done that.
I don't give a fuck. I mean, I curse. I mean, that's what's in the drum. Like, I curse a lot. And I don't care. I mean, I'll do the same thing too. If I had some three seashells bullshit, I'm like, thank you, you fucking piece of shit. Man, I'm fucking cocksucker and toilet paper,
Like, I got what I need.
Exactly.
I'll be back in 10 minutes.
and then another, and another part when he went down there and to the underworld.
Yes.
And he's hungry, and he's like, he goes, "Don't worry, I just want a burger and a beer and to go." And then she's
like, the girl was like, "Don't ask where the meat comes from." He's like, "What is that supposed to mean?"
She goes, "You see any cows down here?" Sandra Bullock, man, another good actress.
And the girl, she goes, "It was a rat burger." I'm like, you know what? I would have ate that rat burger.
If you're hungry as fuck and tired of eating that bullshit up there, yes.
He's
like, rat. It's the best damn burger I had in years.
Literally years. He'd been frozen for like, I think 36 years or something like that. Yeah. So yeah, literally his first burger and best burger he's had in years. And honestly, there ain't nothing wrong with eating it like that because you're cooking it. That means you cooked all the bacteria out of it.
Exactly, yeah. I mean, who gives a shit?
Why not?
That's probably exactly. I mean, whatever. So
like I said, I would have, and I wouldn't have felt no guilty about doing it.
Yeah. And there's always another joke too with me and our online friend Sig. Because his character on GTA Online looks like he basically made his character look like Simon Phoenix.
His character really can look like him.
And so every time we used to sit there and play the game, we'll go, when they start talking, go.
Me and him have actually done that too. When I play with him every now and on GTA, oh my god, we come out
where Simon Phoenix goes.
Yeah, he's in the fucking museum. He see these little Asians.
And he's sitting there go,
even though nowadays it probably wouldn't fly in a movie.
No, they're too racist.
No, people will get, sorry to say this, but a little too offended about a joke like that.
I swear to God, Baron, this is joking around, dude. Come on, we're not taking anything seriously. If you do, I don't know. So that's your number 4 movie. I hate to see what your 5th movie is going to be.
Oh, probably gonna throw you for a loop on this.
Well, I know my 5th one's going to throw everybody for a fucking loop because you're thinking, it's going to be like something. I need a good buddy cop movie. And I know there's a lot of movies.
I know where you're going with this, but
what are you going to say?
But you said buddy cop, right?
Buddy cop, but it's 80s.
Okay.
What do you think?
Eddie Murphy in it.
You know what? That was going to be my push, but nope.
No.
Nope.
I'm kind of lost then.
Danny Glover and Mel Gibson in Lethal Weapon.
Oh, that's not what I was thinking.
I know a lot of people. I know you're gonna probably thinking like, "Oh, Beverly Hills Cops."
Exactly.
Nope. Even though they're making a 4th one coming out in July.
I did hear about that.
Exactly. I did see a trailer for it too, and also too another trailer coming out for Bad Boys 4.
I did see that trailer too.
I'll go see both of them. But yes, Lethal Weapon. I just think it's a great cop movie, buddy movie, funny. And then they get, Joe Pesci in there.
Yeah, I love Joe Pesci. And then
when you get those 3 together, it's just a nice, I don't know, man, nice 80s cop movie. It's just Mel Gibson and Danny Glover. They just boom.
I hear you.
It's just such a great movie, and I love them.
As soon as
all 4. I know people they don't like the 4th one because it's a little later in the series, but I'll watch all 4 of those fucking movies back to back. So yeah, Lethal Weapon would be definitely
nice. Honestly, I think I've only seen those movies just a handful of times.
Oh, I watch them all the time.
And yeah, I know damn well you've watched it a hell of a lot more than me.
Oh yeah.
I've probably seen most of those movies maybe twice in my entire life.
Yeah.
So I mean, but
it's okay. It's okay twice. I mean, like I said, They're like another, like I say, when I watch some of my movies, I like to watch like a Sunday, be like a movie day, you know. So I'll sit there and like I'll wake up at like, you know, obviously I wake up at 7:30 no matter what, because I gotta take the little monster dog out, you know, so she guys get fed, and then I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna start watching movies.
You know what? I need to come up with a day like that, because I haven't had like a day where I just sat and watched movies in a long time, you know?
Well, I was trying to do that last Sunday, but I was doing our editing and all that stuff for the podcast. So it's like, I was in the middle of that, I was watching some stuff. And then, like I said before, I was like, you know what? Sundays I just get up and like, I don't, you know, I'll do laundry while I do that stuff. And I'm watching movies. So like I said, I'll watch Lethal Weapon because it's a nice long movie. Or basically it's a good day to watch trilogies. Cause, you know,
yeah. It's like, you know, I mean, hell, shit, you can put on Star Wars, boom, for the entire day, or Back to the Future.
I don't think I could do Star Wars like 1 through 9.
No.
Oh,
Oh, God, no.
I mean, shit. I don't even like episode 8 or 9.
I meant like just one trilogy.
Oh, if I had to do that, then yeah, I would pick like, yeah, exactly. But damn, fucking
no,
9
bro,
movies.
it was not me at all dying. That movie, Jesus.
I mean, I don't, like I said, I could barely stomach 8 or 9. Episode 8 or 9.
I hear you on that.
But, I mean, yeah, so like, I could sit there and like watch Back to the Future.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Watch The Matrix, which I did. A Lethal Weapon. It's just a good day. Just sit down and watch fucking movies.
Yeah. I gotta pick. I may end up starting to do that and have my Sunday day for movies.
Yeah. Like
Straight up, you know?
It's just, you know, so like I said, Lethal Weapon would be my nice, it's a nice, you know, buddy.
That's your fifth one, right?
That's my fifth one.
Okay.
That'll be my fifth one. I mean, like I said, there's other buddy cop movies out there. Like you said, Eddie Murphy. Like I said, I love, you know, Beverly Hills Cops. I still love it.
Oh, yeah.
Bad Boys. I love Bad Boys.
See, and when it comes to buddy cops, I think that one is my favorite when it comes.
Oh,
but well, I haven't, to tell you the truth, I've never seen part 2. What? I haven't seen anything past the first one. I know I need to. I know. I've heard it before. I don't need it.
That deserves a what card? How the hell you not see? I saw that shit in theaters, bro, back in 2000.
I know.
2003 or 2000, some shit like that. Man, I saw that shit in theater. I was like, all right, that's a good movie. And then the third one comes out, was it was still good. Don't get me wrong, but you know. And then the fourth one's coming out. I'm like, all right. But yeah, like I said, I got, you know, Lethal Weapons, a good cop movie. Beverly Hills Cops, you know, is definitely a really good, funny movie. I mean, the theme song, I mean,
yeah,
best fucking. And you got Bad Boys, and then there's another buddy cop movie. It was only one movie. It was called Showtime.
I did hear about that.
Eddie Murphy and Robert De Niro. It was a good. It wasn't rated R or anything. It was PG-13, but it still was funny. You know, I
didn't see that movie, but I saw it was like a countdown on Watch Mojo. And that was one of their picks.
Yeah, so
I saw the clip they were showing. I'm like, that's hilarious.
It is. It's a hilarious. You know, it's a good little, you know, buddy cop movie too. So, and a little action in there, stuff like that. So,
all right.
So what's your number?
Well, this one I had real big trouble with. Because I had a handful of movies that I was having a very hard time trying to pick as my number 5. And honestly, I picked my number 5 right before this podcast.
I thought like one of your movies was going to be like The Mummy or something.
No.
Now,
this particular movie, I had to pick from a few of them.
The Fifth Element.
No. Damn. Not even the right actor.
Damn.
This was a Tom Hanks movie.
Forrest Gump.
That was one of the things I was debating, but it's not Forrest Gump.
Toy Story.
Nope.
Shit. Big.
Nope.
Damn.
I know. It's like I had a few in my head, but one made the top.
Tom Hanks?
Yep.
This
movie came out in 1999.
That was a newer movie. It can't be Castaway.
Nope, not Castaway. That one came. Forrest Gump and Castaway was real close on top of the one I actually picked.
Castaway came out more like what, 2000?
I think so.
99 Tom Hanks movie. Whew, man, I mean, there's a lot of Tom Hanks movies out there.
Let me know when you give up. I'll let you know.
Woo! I want to see here. He did Toy Story '95. Shit. Tom Hanks. I mean, he's another great. I mean, God, he's a great actor.
Oh yes, he is.
He can like play anything. He played Mr. Rogers. He played.
Didn't he play Walt Disney?
Yes. Yes. No.
I think he did.
No. He was. He played Saving Mr. Banks.
Oh, okay.
It was inspired for Mary Poppins movie. That was another
That's
good.
right.
That was a good movie. Tom Hanks. Shit. Let's see here. Big was a good movie for his too.
It was very good movie.
Money Pit was a good movie too. You ever saw that?
I did. That's not it.
I'm trying to name some other movies that he did that was really good, like Turner and Hooch.
Another good one, but no.
You know, I'm like, no, I already said Apollo 13. That came way back there. Tom Hanks in '99. What the hell he did in dude, I'm stumped. What?
The Green Mile.
Oh shit! I don't know if I could think of that shit. Dude. That's like
Green Mile, and I'm gonna be honest with you with this one. The only reason I picked this one too, and the reason why I picked it, this is the only movie that was actually the very first movie that I actually cried.
I'll put anybody in the tears. I watched that maybe. I watched that movie maybe a year ago because it was on. And I was like, "Oh, it's a good movie." And that one part, dude,
you can't help it.
It sucks.
Yeah.
Dude was, and not to mention, Michael Clark Duncan. He, God rest his soul too. He died.
Yes.
Of a heart attack. And I was really because he was another great actor too. He did. He was in Armageddon.
That's right, he was. Did you know that he played a voice in one of the God of Wars?
Nope.
He played Atlas, the Titan that holds up the world. They used his voice for that character.
But yeah, dude, the Green. Wow, I can't remember because that was like his. Dude, I skipped all those fucking movies, man. It's like
I know.
There's like people like, yo, I'm an idiot. It's like, yeah, I know, dude. It's like I was like, I went through all the because I was like trying to name like all the big movies he did. I'm like, when you said Green Mile, I was like, fucking stupid, dude.
Yep. And here's the thing too. I've watched, and this is how much I love this movie too, because I'll watch reactor YouTubers watching this movie, and the whole movie, they're literally, everyone that I've watched are summed up and they're into this movie.
Yeah.
And especially the one character, Percy. Piece of scum that he is. I mean, you got to be a good actor to literally make everyone hate you.
Yeah, he was. Even though when they locked his ass up and put him in that one fucking room. Yeah, he Percy was
a piece of shit.
He was, man. Like he stepped on the mouse.
Yep.
And then so
he sabotaged one of the executions.
Yeah,
where he didn't wet the sponge,
yeah,
and
he
literally the guy
and burnt the whole. He burnt the person.
He was cooked from the inside.
Yeah, and then all the audience had to fucking leave the building, and he's like, and Tom Hanks' character was like, "No, you sit here and watch this motherfucker."
Yep.
Yeah.
And then after the math, when they're doing, he was like, "I didn't know the sponge was," and then the other character, Brutal, he just socked him right in his jaw piece.
Hell yeah, he did.
And you know what? It was deserved. He needed more, but
yeah. So yeah, that might be my top 5 movies that I can watch a lot. I mean, there's so many more. I mean, tops that I have. I went down the list. I mean, I'm gonna list you guys some movies right now that I can go down and watch. I can go down and watch Speed, True Lies, Twister.
Yeah.
All
those are good. I've seen them all.
Exactly, but not that bullshit Twisters. I'm talking about the original with Bill Paxton.
Yes. And God rest his soul too.
I think last weekend I had a good movie I was watching. Was watching The Beach.
Oh yeah.
Exactly. Leonardo DiCaprio. That was a good movie too. Like I said, I love my movies. I was just watched what's it called? Castaway. Watching Cat. I mean, it's like old movies. I'm like, I haven't watched these in a while, so I'm like, went back and watched them.
Like I say, it came down to Forrest Gump, Castaway, and Green Mile to pick from, and I was like, you know what? It's got to be Green Mile for the fact that was the very first movie in my life that's ever made me cry.
Yeah. You know, matter of fact, I'm very surprised. I can't believe I missed another goddamn movie. Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah.
Oh God, another Tom Hanks movie with Matt Damon.
I actually cannot believe that was not part of one of my picks because
Matt Damon, Tom Hanks, and even
Yeah,
Vin Diesel was in that movie too.
Oh, I think that was one of Vin Diesel's first movies he's ever did.
Yeah.
And he also did the voice for the Iron Giant.
Oh, we all know that. He did that. He did that for his kid.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
Another reason?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He did it. He put that in an interview where he's like, he got offered, and his kid was like maybe 5 or 4 years old, and he's like, I would be the Iron. I'm like, that's cool. That's cool.
But I mean, look at that, man. It's an iconic character now.
I love that fucking movie too.
I mean, shit. I mean, there's been times where like some networks have like literally put a marathon and they would just replay the movie Iron Giant over and over in one day.
Exactly. Like I said, there's so many movies out there.
It's hard to really narrow down,
Movies.
like you said, like a top 5 or even a top 10. That would still be very hard.
I got a top 100.
I've got a lot myself, to be honest.
Well, I mean, those would be my top 5 because, like I said, I love my movies, but like I said, I can sit there and go watch, like I said, The Martian tomorrow. I can go watch The Last Samurai tomorrow. I can sit down and watch The Matrix again. Go ahead and watch, Back to the Future. Go ahead and watch,
I was almost gonna put a comedy movie. Now, before I actually thought of Tom Hanks, Jim Carrey came to mind, and I had a few movies I was gonna probably make number 5.
Sonic.
That was on there.
I thought so because you just did a Sonic 2 video.
Yep.
Or Sonic for Sega.
Yep. And I also had Ace Ventura in there.
Oh, Ace Ventura, classic.
I had The Mask in this list.
Liar, Liar.
I had Liar, Liar. I had Bruce Almighty.
Bruce Almighty was a good, yeah.
Bruce Almighty, I laughed my fucking ass off.
I did, because I think about when. Have you ever seen Yes Man?
I actually did not see that. That's one of the very few Jim Carrey movies I haven't seen.
That was a good movie. My wife doesn't like it too much. I'm like, what? You're a big Jim Carrey fan? You're like, she goes.
There's another one that I haven't seen. I forgot what.
Fun with Dick and Jane.
That's another one that I haven't seen.
Oh,
that's this other one. They made a reality show about
The Truman Show.
Yes, I haven't seen that either.
Yeah, God, no. It just.
You didn't like it?
No, it was garbage. Terrible, just like the Grinch.
I've only seen a little bit of that movie,
I don't want to
and
see
I'm
that.
actually.
I don't want to see the Grinch. No. But
Yeah.
Fun with Dick and Jane was a good Jim Carrey movie, and also Yes Man was a good one. So yeah, like I said, it's kind of hard to put your movies up there, but
I will tell you this.
Those
now.
are my like I said. The reason why I say back to because that's a movie I can just like go back to and watch.
Yeah, me too. But I'll tell you one of the reasons why one of the top ones was the Jim Carrey for Sonic. He did a hell of a job as Dr. Robotnik, and I even said that in my Sonic video.
I even did that on when I did my movie review on Sonic when it first came out, and I remember like sitting and telling my wife, I'm like, I'm gonna go see a Sonic. She had to go work because she works at the hospital at night times. And she's like, well, I gotta work. I'm like, well, you don't like Sonic anyway. So she's like, I don't care. So I went to go see that movie in theater. I'm like, watching the movie. And at the time, I was like, 36 years old, And there's got these kids in there, and they're probably looking at me and goes, Mommy, what's that grown old guy being? And he's like, listen, kid, I was a Sonic fan way before you were even thought of. I mean, shit. I played Sonic back in 92. So it's like,
holy
I
shit.
can go into the theater and be like, yes, I'm a Sonic fan. OG Sonic fan.
That's right.
And so, yeah, Jim Carrey did really play a good,
When I first heard that he was going to do Dr. Robotnik, I was like,
how's that going to work?
how is that going to work? Because Dr. Robotnik is like a big, round dude. Like me.
But it worked. And then the second movie worked. And then I'm psyched to go see the third one. Now, I don't know if you read about this one, but do you know who they're going to do the voice actor for Shadow?
No.
Well, first there was rumors of Hayden Christensen, who played Anakin Skywalker.
Okay.
They thought he was going to... There's a lot of rumors. My wife's like, guess who's going to play Shadow? I'm like, who? She's like, Hayden Christensen. I'm like, okay, I can see that. He played Anakin Skywalker.
I could too, honestly. Wow.
It's going to be Keanu Reeves.
Get the fuck out of here. Seriously?
Keanu Reeves signed up, and it's been confirmed that he's going to be Shadow. So we're going to have Keanu Reeves and Jim Carrey.
Oh my god. Two of my most favorite actors.
But man, he's going to be the voice actor for Shadow. I'm like, dude.
That's going to be fucking crazy. To see them two kind of interact.
So this is gonna be Keanu Reeves' second voice acting movie because he was in Toy Story 4.
Oh, he was.
Yeah, he was.
I don't actually.
He was the little Kurt Kaboom. He was a little stunt devil.
I didn't even actually see the fourth one.
Oh.
I've only seen 1 through 3.
Okay, but yeah, he's in there. He's kind of his greatest stuntman. So he's
okay.
Yeah, so he's gonna be. Hopefully he keeps it in there for Shadow because it's like, all right, it's cool. Because,
you know what?
Like,
I think he can do a good job.
Yeah.
I mean, Shadow is a dark character, and Keanu Reeves can know how to play dark characters.
If I didn't pick The Matrix for Keanu Reeves, it would have been John Wick.
I knew you were going there.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I know I'm kind of behind now, but I still need to see the fourth one. I haven't. I just haven't found the time to watch it.
Tomorrow. You said you needed
I know, right?
a day to watch.
I know that they need to do it tomorrow. You're right.
But yeah, John Wick was
It was a fantastic movie.
It was. I mean, it was another action-packed fucking movie, just like The Matrix.
Yeah.
And it's just such a great, I mean, there's other action-packed movies out there.
There is.
Like, I could sit there and put Taken.
That's another good one.
Liam Neeson. I'm a huge Liam Neeson ever since I saw Star Wars Episode 1.
Oh, yeah.
Actually,
I was a Liam Neeson fan before that.
Oh, I know. Schindler's List.
Schindler's List.
Yeah, so that was, like I said, there's a lot of good movies out there.
The only reason I didn't put that on my top 5 is because that's kind of a movie. It's a good movie, but it's something you just can't pop on and watch.
Nah, you have to really be in
It's like you have to be in some kind of frame of mind, mood.
Yeah, it's not
to
like
watch that movie
exactly.
because it's a very depressing movie.
It is. It's depressing. It's emotional.
Very.
It's just like maybe if you're like in your wartime, like say you watch
if you're in a wartime one,
say you watch Saving Private Ryan. Pearl Harbor.
Yes.
And you watch like Band of Brothers.
Yes.
And then you put, Band of Brothers was a miniseries, but still. If you're like in that type of thing where you're just going through like different war stuff, yeah, I can see you put Schindler's List in there.
Yeah. Because I've actually done that. When you've actually mentioned some of those things, even Band of Brothers. And then I was like, you know what? I want to watch Schindler's List. And it's just...
Exactly.
Especially after I get to like the 9th episode of Band of Brothers when they actually come across the death camps for the first time, that kind of makes me want to watch Schindler's List.
Yeah.
So,
like I said, there's times where, like I said, there's so many damn movies, like I said, but those are my top 5 because, I don't know, they're just, like I said, there's so many movies out there. Like I said, The Fifth Element, there's times...
Fifth Element did cross my mind and went
there's a lot of there's movies out there where I like, or I should say, just disaster movies.
Yeah.
Like Twister and Armageddon and, 2012 and The Day After Tomorrow.
See, when it comes to natural disaster movies, I only get a very small amount. Like 2012, that's one. The Day After Tomorrow, that's another. Twister. Twister.
Not Twisters. Independence Day?
Independence Day. But that's kind of debatable for a natural disaster movie.
Yeah, it's more of an alien invasion.
It's more like a sci-fi action pack.
So you're talking about, national... Okay, yeah. So, the thing is about 2012 and The Day After Tomorrow, I think they're written and directed by the same person.
Probably.
No, they are.
Oh, they are?
The same person who did Independence Day, so that's why I said. But, okay, naturally, so not like...
Like I said, I have a very small list of natural disaster movies that I actually like to watch.
What about Independence Day?
Like,
no, I mean, Armageddon.
Armageddon is on that list, too.
Just don't watch that damn movie, Moonfall.
I did hear about that. I haven't seen it.
Garbage.
I mean, for me, most of the time, natural disaster movies just is not usually my cup of tea.
Volcano?
Yeah. That's also on my list. Volcano. And that came out in 1995 or 6, I think.
Somewhere around there, 7 or some shit. Yeah, it was a Tommy Lee Jones. That was a good movie.
Very good movie.
That's another movie I haven't seen in a while too. But saying like those, yeah, you gotta be in the mood to watch something like that, you know.
Yeah.
But like I said, Lethal Weapon. You know, I can sit there and watch the first one, and then all of a sudden, like, hey, you know what? Put on the second one. All right, put on the third one.
I know where you're going at with that because it's like as soon as you see it, you're like, I gotta put in the other one now.
But see, here's the thing: is after the third one, you're like, there's a fourth one. But see, Back to the Future, after you watch the first and second and third, after the third one, you're like, I want more. But there is no more.
I actually got a funny story for Back to the Future. And this is my friend JC. He told me the first time he ever saw those movies, it was literally in reverse.
Back to 3, 2, and 1?
He watched part 3 first, then he went home, watched part 2, then he watched part 1.
That probably fucked up somebody.
When he was first watching it, yeah, he was mentally screwed in the head because he had no idea what was going on.
Holy shit. Hopefully somebody told him. Yo.
Oh, he figured it out eventually.
Turn around. I mean, shit, that's like watching, like, Return of the Jedi and the Empire Strikes Back and then fucking, the New Hope is like.
Yeah. What? So in a way, he kind of watched it in a prequel style.
Exactly.
In a manner of speaking, you know?
Yeah, because you're watching like Luke Skywalker.
But when a movie like that needs to be watched from the beginning, the actual first movie, to the third. Yeah. Because that movie like that, you watch it from the third movie to
the way you said that, because like Indiana Jones, you're supposed to watch.
That's true.
You're supposed to watch Temple of Doom first.
Because that was
then Raiders of the Lost Ark, and then yeah, exactly. But you watch Raiders of the Lost Ark and then Temple of Doom, because if you actually think about it, the time is different.
It is.
So people are like supposed to watch Temple of Doom first, then Raiders of the Lost Ark, and then The Last Crusade.
Yep.
But
and also, this is the same thing with even Red Dead.
Yes.
Red Dead 2 is a prequel, so if you want to play in the order of the story, play part 2, then 1.
Exactly. So.
And they did the same thing for Star Wars, for the original trilogy, my number 1 pick.
Well, yes and no.
Because they did 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah.
And then
But it's not like you went ahead and watched Return of the Jedi and then like The New Hope and then Empire Strikes Back or some shit.
No. I'm talking about like how they made the movies.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you still kind of like understood because you watched, The New Hope and then that and then and then like sequels and you're like, oh, it's before everything, so you kind of like didn't get lost, but.
No, you can still. I've seen some YouTube reactors actually start their Star Wars journey on Episode 1.
That'd be, I really wish that would, because even like I said, Star Wars. When we already knew that Vader was Vader and stuff like that, right? So, and we already knew that Anakin Skywalker was Vader.
Yeah.
Right.
So then when you get a person,
when I went to go see Episode 3 in theaters, in the back of my head, I'm like, Anakin, don't do it, goddamn! It's like, wait a minute, he's gonna do it anyways. But in the back of my head, I'm like, don't do it, man.
Trust me.
But you already knew that he's gonna be Vader anyways.
Now I did see some other YouTubers start the journey the way we started.
4, 5, and 6. Yeah.
And then they go back and they were exactly the same way going to the prequels. They were like they liked Anakin the way he, and then all of a sudden he was turning.
And then he was turning like, don't do it, Anakin. Don't do it, man. Yeah. Don't.
And the one scene I tell you right now that gets to everyone is when Anakin goes into the temple,
kills the kids.
And he's in the chambers with the younglings, and he ignites his lightsaber, and people are like, "Don't do that."
But you already know he did.
Yeah,
you already know he did. But anyways, guys, that is it. That is the time we have for our movies.
A movie. I'm sorry, Austin Powers.
I'm gonna go watch a movie. Great fucking movie. Great fucking series too.
Very good.
So make some time, man. Get your kids, grab your spouse or whoever partner. Go watch some movies, man.
Yep.
It's that time, man. Just relax and put on a movie.
Take a day like I need to and watch some movies.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You guys, an action, drama, crime, romance, whatever.
Whatever's your cup of tea.
For real, just watch a movie. You guys heard it here. I am Joku.
I'm CJ.
And please hit that like button. Subscribe, Comment down below what is your favorite movie, and please share the video. Make sure you guys ring that bell for more content. We'll be doing another podcast, and this is actually going to be pre-recorded, so we're going to do another one in a while. So this is going to go up in Memorial Day. So when you guys see this, please, happy Memorial Day. Thank you for serving our country. And if you want to, it's a great movie to watch.
Yes.
Saving Private Ryan.
Yes.
And anyways, guys, see you in the next video.